So I'm going to start with, could you tell me a little bit about yourself and how you guys started in your organization?
Okay, so I did a 2-year program at Cincinnati State and started a co-op with an engineering company. We did quality control inspections and worked my way up to a project manager. From there, I worked at a design build company for a little while, where we would go out and give a turnkey package on a construction project to an owner. And then I owned my own painting business for a short while, and then now I'm at a foundation repair company, and I'm the operations manager there, so I oversee everything that happens with the field workers, manage them, make sure that they have everything that they need to get out the door, and then also watch their productivity to make sure we're profitable.
And where are you working at? Out of
Westchester.
Westchester.
Mm-hmm.
And what's your name? I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry, Micah.
Thinking about your role in the organization overall, what are the top 3 responsibilities that you have to fulfill every day or every week?
I would say profitability, and within profitability, safety also. So I don't know if you want to combine those two or not, but so profitability, safety, and I'm trying to think what the third would probably be. Probably staff retention and recruiting, because labor force is so hard right now. Go out and get more people to hire and make sure the good ones don't leave.
And how is your retention?
For a construction business that does residential stuff, probably, I think we're 65 to 70% of the guys have been there for 20 plus years, and then the other 30 to 40 are mostly
newer.
Yeah.
That's still really good. Would you consider each of these responsibilities to be traditional leadership responsibilities?
Yeah, I would say so.
Over the years that you've been in your organization, have the duties of a leader changed significantly? Why or why not?
The organization that I'm with currently, I've not been at that long, but this operations manager position has stayed. Surprisingly, they've had they've had it organized this way for over 20 years, which is unusual.
Wow. In your role, who do you consider your customers to be?
I guess the end result is either the residential owners or commercial owner. But if we do a commercial owner's job, it's whoever the developer is and maybe whoever they're building it for. So many. And then as far as service goes, my guys are also a customer kind of of mine, because I got to keep them happy. So.
Correct. So subcontractors you sub out?
We do subcontracts and
so those
stuff.
will be your customers as well.
Mm-hmm.
Do you interact directly with senior managers in your organization?
Yeah, I report to the vice president and the owner.
And they work just local, or?
Yeah, so we've got 2 offices, Lexington and Cincinnati, and Louisville, and the VP bounces to all 3, and then the owner's in, or he's out and about a lot, but he has a meeting with me every week.
That's a large area. So the tri-state area?
Yeah.
So it's not like just Westchester or
Right.
just the immediate area. Do you interact with people who buy the organization's products, services, and if you sell products and services, of course you do, so do you interact with them personally?
Yeah, I do. So we've got the residential, where the company was founded. I will go out during a job and interact with the homeowner, make sure everything's going okay, alleviate any concerns, let them know how the project's going, that kind of stuff. And then on the commercial side, I go out and look for work, talk to people I've known in the business to try to get more work and kind of promote and sell the company.
What's the name of the company again?
The Dwyer Company. They've done some work for Messer, yeah.
Do you interact with stakeholders of the company?
Yeah, so the direct owner would be the stakeholder. He's the only owner. But he bought the business off of his father-in-law. His father-in-law runs the manufacturing, or he manufactures some of the products that we use.
Okay.
So it's kind of a strange thing, like the owner has the final say, but then the founder of the company is also like So,
Still there.
Yeah.
Still part of it.
Yeah.
How does the organization define strategy?
How do we define it? Well, we have lots of conversations about strategy because the commercial side is so lucrative and so much more profitable. But those jobs are fewer and farther between. So I don't know if this defines strategy, but we have a lot of conversations about strategy because there's a few estimators that are commercial that want to see the company be strictly commercial.
Okay.
And there's residential guys that have been there forever that don't understand the commercial side. They go out and sell residential jobs that they don't like the commercial stuff as
They've
much.
changed.
Yeah. So there's lots of conversations about that, and I think I like both sides because the residential side actually is a little more economy proof, and so I try to sell to everybody that both are good.
So you don't personally prefer a difference, commercial or?
I definitely like the commercial side better but we use residential to feed the profitability of the commercial. So that definitely both have a.
What are the components that are present or take place when your organization does strategic thinking or planning? You just said you have a lot of conversations. There's nothing else that develops out of those conversations.
So can you repeat it again? So what?
You said you had a lot of conversations about strategic plans or thinking.
Oh, yeah.
Or do you ever do anything with those conversations?
Yeah, definitely. So some of those conversations. Okay, so sorry, I'm trying
You're
to
fine.
think because it's kind of a twofold thing.
It is.
So yeah, we discussed policy. Like so the residential guys get real lax on safety, and so they'll go do a commercial job if nobody's around and not have all their stuff on. So DP and I just had a conversation about that, and we're going to start implementing that this year. Slowly, we got some things on the table, not a formal plan, but we're going to have a formal plan, and we're implementing it slowly.
So you are implementing some strategic thinking and planning.
And then almost every commercial job that comes up, because we're going to go look at one in Pikeville, Kentucky next week, that we'll do next year. And, like every commercial job that comes up, they're all pretty difficult, so we're always like, okay, can we make money, number one? Number two, okay, it's real tough, a lot of risk, but what's the upside of doing that? Who are we going to? We're going to work with an engineer or a contractor that we want to continue to work with. And so there's a whole strategic conversation that goes on into getting a price and try to go out and win a job.
Would you please describe your organization's processes for communicating new strategies? I think you just kind of covered that one. Let's see.
So they'll have, my arrival was kept quiet, but all the guys kind of found out that that's why I was there, was to take this role. So the way that they did that is they broke it up, they told certain people first, and then so everybody kind of knows now.
Yeah.
But they're still going to have a formal meeting on things going forward. So they were very good about formally communicating things where the owner's present.
So how long you been at this?
2 months.
2 months.
Yeah.
Not long at all.
No.
So introduce new things slowly.
Yeah, and so I've had that. The last place that I had a job, the owner was out a lot, and a lot of things were left a mystery. So.
Yep, got to go where works best for you. We had a new director come into Miami and changed 75 different things all at the same time.
Yeah.
And huge changes, not small ones. Huge changes. So it's 2 years later and we're still trying to deal with those changes. It's like, oh, you're going to do this, you're going to do this now. It's like, let's do baby steps. Let's do some baby steps. They might take you better if you do baby steps. Would you please describe your organization's processes for communicating new strategies? So I know you said you had a lot of talks. Is that like a sit-down, formal thing, or is that like an informal rush into meetings or appointments type
I would
thing?
say it's kind of mixed all over the place. So the commercial team, the VP and the owner, like we have them informal sit downs all the time. But then with the guys, it's like um, I would say like definitely once a week we have safety talks. Since we got everybody together in the morning for the safety talk, then we do like announcements and that kind of thing. Anything we need to get out to the masses, and then there's communication all day long between myself and
Whoever.
those guys.
Are you satisfied with the processes used for your communicating new strategies? I know you said you've only been there a couple months, so you're still learning and feeling your feet and way, and do you plan on trying new strategies as you develop your role in your job?
Yeah, I think so a little bit, but I think it's better than a lot of the other places that I've worked at from what I've seen so far. As I mentioned, the design build company I worked at, it was the plan was always changing, wasn't always communicated. The engineering company I worked at, they were bought by a bigger company, and so everything came through Chicago. All the decisions were made there, and anyways, so I kind of got off on a tangent there, but like, you know, the way that was communicated through was always like, since that guy wasn't there, you couldn't take the temperature of it, you just would make a policy change and boom. So, yeah.
We have a lot of that.
So I think I'll change some things, but not a lot, because it seems to be good order there.
Good,
Yeah.
good flow, good stuff. How does internal factors such as budget, staffing, core competencies, company norms, influence how your company's strategies are developed and executed?
I'd say it influences a lot. So on the budgeting and profitability end, can you repeat the question again? Because I think I got off.
How do internal factors such as budget, staffing, core competencies, company norms influence how your organization's strategies are developed and executed?
Okay, so that's a relatively young company, 30 years old, but I think there's a lot of tradition there and a lot of because a lot of the old guys have been there from the beginning.
Right.
So that influences that a lot. Trying to think. So the budget thing, the owner definitely. There's some things he has a funny kind of opinion about spending money on,
Okay.
but overall, like he definitely he sees. I mean, without a group of guys, we don't make any money whatsoever. So he always wants to try to get them 40 no matter what. So I guess I don't know if that is kind of on the same track of the question, but yeah, surprisingly.
So staffing, definitely want to retain your
Yeah.
seasoned staff and make sure your newer staff is comfortable.
Mhm.
Budgeting, I would say, if you don't have staffing, you don't have a budget.
Yeah.
So without your staff, you don't have jobs.
So he's got equipment cost goals, maintenance, all that stuff that we've got to meet as well.
Do you do the budgeting or some parts, pieces?
Yeah, so we have, basically he gives me the budget for the most part. We
Okay.
discuss it and then I have to meet that
Here's the budget and stay in this and do what you need to do, but
yeah. So like if we use more material or whatever, maybe there's a good reason for that, or it's more of a conversation about why we use more fuel while we had half the guys going out of town for the whole month of December, so that's why. But.
So if there's a over budget, then you just discuss it with the VP or the owner?
Yeah.
Is differentiation a concern for your organization? If so, how or why?
Not sure.
Does your organization use any type of formal or informal cost cost-benefit analysis to evaluate new strategies before that you fully implement them?
So, I would say yes. I think we look at every dollar we spend. And every time that we go out on a project, commercial project, we're about an $8 million a year company. So we'll bid on commercial projects for like $500,000. And they're, or maybe 100,000. But, so yeah, I'd say we do a cost-benefit analysis on all those, like I was saying earlier, who we're going to work with and how we're going to march forward, and selling more work. So it might be a little less profitable if it's somebody that we're going to have repeat business with and we're trying to develop a relationship with.
Would you consider those processes to be formal review or more like quick checks?
I would say more quick checks.
So just more of them instead of one formal review at the beginning of the project and then that's it. So you do maybe a formal review at the beginning of a project and a lot of quick checks while the project's going on.
Yeah.
More like that. Okay, so does your organization have any partnerships with other organizations, either of the same general type or possibly a complementary of nature?
Yeah, so actually quite a few. I think that starting with a complimentary one, there's another foundation company that does only a certain type of foundation, which is a drill pier, Scherzinger drilling. And they have capability to do some of the things we do, but they don't like to do them. So they're really good at drill piers. We don't do that yet.
Okay.
So we toss work back and forth to each other all the time. We also loan each other. We have similar equipment, so we'll loan each other equipment occasionally. And then we have lots of partnerships with structural engineers, geotechnical engineers. Like, super important to talk to geotech engineers and structural engineers. They get phone calls all the time to go solve a problem or to go design a project, and so we want to be in mind.
So do you consider your subcontractors partners?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, okay. Can you read it through one more time? Sorry.
Have you had to make any fundamental changes to your organization's structure, culture, operating principles, or other attributes?
I would say yes, not in this business, but yeah. And, the engineering company I worked for, we had 50 guys. So there's 4 managers, 50 guys, and yeah, we had some cultural things that were just acceptable, which was taking money from the company, and just in the way that they did things and not really performing their job well. It was kind of the norm.
Yeah.
And so we had to change that mind shift to, you're not going to do that anymore. And we ended up getting rid of some people because of that. And then the ones that stayed on that were in those practices, they got on board with the cultural change. So.
That's it. So those changes that you made in your other company, was those changes difficult to make? I know you said some people who weren't on board right on out the door, and those that wanted to stay with your company, they did the change.
Right. I would say, and that was also the process that we were being bought by a bigger company. So it was easier because the economy was tanking. It's a lot harder to make those changes when the economy's doing well, like right now.
Right now.
When you're having, you've got X number of jobs, the work's out there, you want to do a good job, but sometimes you suffer with things you wouldn't ordinarily put up with during a downturn. So.
Well, that's all I got. So
Okay.
I thank you for your time.